So hi everyone, I'm photographing South Devon tonight at a place called the Daymark initially. The plan of action is to do some photographs of the monument, and then I'm going to wander down the coast and explore some of the coves that are nearby.
So after the short walk from the car, I arrived at the field of the monument and got straight to work capturing as many different compositions as I could. Orion looked fantastic in the southwest, but I also did a few compositions looking north as well. Out of all my compositions from this location, I think this particular photo was my favourite. I decided to jump into the frame to add a little bit of scale and the human element, and the position of Orion really suited this viewpoint. I then headed towards the coast, navigating the coastal path until I found my next location.
I found this quite interesting composition looking down at a little cove called Newfoundland Cove, and it's quite a high vantage point looking down. It just looks really quirky. The cove itself is quite small and it's kind of nestled in between these kind of cliffs, and Orion is also setting in the background. So I put the wide angle lens on and did a few different compositions, and hopefully one or two of those will come out. But yeah, it's really clear, really nice night at the moment, so let's hope it continues.
So this was my favourite composition from this viewpoint, and I do really like how Orion looks set into the southwest. But I think the light pollution is probably a bit more than I would have liked, but still I was really pleased I stopped by and photographed this composition. It was then time to get back on the coastal path and do a bit more exploring to see if I could find any more interesting coves to photograph heading towards Dartmouth.
Okay, so I've just taken my another composition, this time a little bit further along the coast. I found this little cove that's got a bit of a ruin to one side, which is quite interesting, but at the same time all the elements aren't really coming together for some reason, so I've persevered with a few compositions, but I think it's time now to head on to the next location.
So unfortunately my fears were kind of correct. There was something about this photo that doesn't quite work for me. Don't know if it might be the high key editing that I've done, or just the fact that it's missing that bit of interest in the sky. I can't help wonder if Orion or the Milky Way was in the background. It would really add that extra element. But anyway, it was now time to find another location.
To Budleigh Salterton, which is just a little bit further up the coast to where I was previously, and yeah, conditions are still good, still really clear and starry at the moment. It's about 2:30 in the morning, so the Milky Way core is just rising to the east. So I've positioned myself up by the headland close to the River Otter. I did a shot from this composition maybe quite a few months ago of the winter sky and Orion, and I was really pleased with how that shot came out. So I'm kind of trying to duplicate a similar kind of photo, but with the Milky Way. So I'm going to do a few wide angle panoramas, try a few different compositions, and just see what we can get.
So the conditions were really perfect this evening, and the Milky Way rising coincided with a low tide here, which meant there was quite a few compositions I could try out at this location. So with this photograph I decided to jump into the scene, just add a little bit of scale, and I really liked how the river was running through the scene and how the Milky Way was just a clip in the top of the headland here. But my favourite image from the evening was this panorama, which shows the Milky Way arching over the headland and towards an interesting line of trees on top of the cliff. And there's just something about this scene that I really like. I kind of really like the river that snakes through the foreground, and I was lucky enough to capture a meteor over the Milky Way core, which just adds that little extra bit of interest. Now this concludes my video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it kind of interesting, and if you have any questions, then please do drop me a comment.